Hello, my name is Marcus. Welcome to my channel. First of all, we need to make an announcement that the English dub episodes of Dragon Ball Daima episodes 19 and 20 have premiered on Crunchyroll. If you haven't watched those two episodes yet, I would implore you stop what you're doing and go watch those episodes now, right after you watch this video. So shout out to schemmel. As you're seeing right here, he made the announcement today that throughout the screams in episodes 19 and 20 of Goku transforming into a Super Saiyan 3 and a Super Saiyan 4, he passed out 1 to 3 times. That is pretty epic. I don't know if he's just fronting or if he's, telling the truth. But if you listen to his voice work on these two episodes, he was absolutely phenomenal. I felt like I was a 13, 14-year-old kid again, listening to him transform into her Super Saiyan 3 against Babidi and Majin Buu for the first time. Stellar. It was so glorious watching these two episodes again, especially with the voices that I've become accustomed to over the last 20 years. It was so cool hearing schemmel's voice as adult Goku, Stephanie as Kid Goku, and Chris Sabat as Piccolo and Vegeta. I'm certainly not here to talk about the full episodes again. We all know that episodes 19 and 20 of Dragon Ball Daima is some of the best Dragon Ball in existence. The battle between Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Demon King Gomah, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Demon King Gomah is some of the best animation, choreography, and fight scenes that we've ever seen in the entire Dragon Ball anime. That's not just Daima, that is the original Z, Super, and GT. Definitely some highlights, hearing Tiffany Vollmer's voice as Bulma screaming at Vegeta to come down and let Goku take over, or else she would never take a shower with him ever again. That was absolutely phenomenal. It's almost worth going and checking out the last episodes just to hear those couple of lines. Just as funny as it was in the Japanese dub as it was in the English dub. So freaking funny. Obvious shout out to schemmel for his work in doing the power-up scenes of Goku transforming into Super Saiyan 3 and, of course, into Super Saiyan 4. The screaming talent of being able to scream for that length of time, showcasing the raw emotion and, voice power needed to, transfer that feeling of emotion to let us know that Goku was giving his all to reach these new levels of power. Super cool. That will never get old. It's definitely the core foundation of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and it was so wondrous to hear that again from, like I said, the voice that I remember from my childhood. Also, of course, a special shout out to Aaron Dismuke, who portrayed Glorio. If there was one character that I would like to see continue on in the anime, it would definitely be him. He was definitely my favorite new character from the anime. So hopefully they can figure out a way to, bring his character back into the forefront to continue on. Really cool. Once again, special shout outs to Chris Sabat and schemmel. It almost seems like their voice work for Daima was just sharper. It felt cleaner. It felt like the line dialogue was more akin to the Japanese representation of what they were supposed to say. It just, especially compared to like the early days of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, the voice work, it just feels like they know these characters like the back of their hand now. They've been portraying them for so long. It's almost like they most likely have a hand in the dialogue now with the translations at this point. It's like, no, Goku wouldn't say that here. He would say this here. Or, Vegeta wouldn't say that here. Or Piccolo wouldn't say that like this. He should say it like this. You could definitely feel the years of experience showcased on with the voice work here for sure. Oh, yeah. Before I forget, two of my favorite hilarious lines after the battle was concluded and whatnot. Once again, when Majin Buu was looking for his coordinates to help run the demon realm after he became the king, when he was looking for them, and the fat dude, I can't think of his name, but he was like, me, who wants to help me, and he just completely ignores him. Then he turns to Goku and friends and he asks them, does anybody want to stay in the demon realm and help? And Goku just looks at him and he raises his hand so innocently and he's like, nope. Just brilliantly played, schemmel. You gotta appreciate that for sure. I told myself I wasn't going to talk about the actual episodes again, but I would be crazy not to mention the remembrance of how amazing the animation was. To this day, that's still the most beautiful Kamehameha that Goku has ever shot out. The animation with that crystal blue beam and the sparkling that was coming off of his hands after he shot that beam out through Gomah. One of the best moments of Dragon Ball, period. I mean, if you're a Dragon Ball fan and you have not seen that moment yet, dude, you're missing out. There's no way you click this video and you haven't seen that. So, I'm sure y'all know, but yeah, if it was definitely one message to be brought out from this video, it's like, dude, you need to tell your boys, if they're still trying to hate on Daima after all this time, you just need to go back and check out specific scenes. Maybe at this point you don't need to watch the entire series. I think you should watch the entire series, even though it was some lackluster episodes. Let's not forget that. But ultimately, though, it was a core foundation that every Dragon Ball fan needs to witness and needs to support and needs to showcase some reverence to, so that the anime and the manga can continue on. I think more so than anything else, that is the main purpose of this video today, is just to continue the reverence of Dragon Ball to, ensure that the anime that we all love so passionately continues to thrive and it continues to continue on. There's more stories that I can get with Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo and Gohan and all of our boys. I would be a happy camper. That's all it is to it. That's really about all I got for y'all today, man. So if you went back and you went to Crunchyroll today to watch the English dub of episode 19 and 20, let me know in the comment section below, man. Were you excited about it like I was? Let me know. Let's talk about it, man. If you were kind of not feeling it for some bizarre reason, I guess let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know why, I guess. But, feel free to comment below and, let's have a healthy discussion about it. And that should do it here, man. So, okay, as always, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. Y'all know the drill here. I've been a Dragon Ball fan since I was a 9-year-old kid, maybe 7, maybe 8, at least the last 30 years here. So there you go, man. Every time I get an opportunity to talk about this anime or the manga or the video games or perhaps a new movie, I will be here. I promise you that. So you can follow me at youtube.com/SmartJack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, thank you for the support, and I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.